What's going on, everybody? It's Nick Payne with Facemask Fantasy, and with the 2022 season over, Dynasty managers turn their attention now to the 2023 class. I'll provide some early draft season profiles for this year's prospects and give some thoughts on their outlook prior to the NFL draft. This, of course, is all subject to change. Up today, Ohio State wide receiver Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Unfortunately, we only got to see him play in 3 games this year after he suffered a hamstring injury in the season opener. It hampered Smith-Njigba and prevented him from ultimately returning at any point in 2022 following a win against Iowa. It was a disappointing development for not just Jaxon, but for the Buckeyes and football fans everywhere. Expectations were sky high for Smith-Njigba's junior season after putting together a Superstar 2021 campaign, a year where he totaled 95 catches and 1,606 receiving yards, both school records for a single season. In a ridiculous receiving core that included Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, Smith-Njigba at times looked to be the most impressive of them all, and he was poised for big things in 2022 that would have likely cemented him as the consensus top wide receiver in the 2023 draft. It's possible he's still viewed that way, but other names emerged this year to make it a conversation simply because they were on the field and producing. Quentin Johnston and Jordan Addison look like great prospects, and I'm excited to find out the situations they both land in. But I believe in what I saw from Smith-Njigba his sophomore season. His route running looks spectacular, and he's got a high football IQ. I don't like making direct comparisons, but the same was said last year about Olave, his college teammate. And Olave already looks to be blossoming into a star for the New Orleans Saints. So it feels okay to do, given it's the same position from the same program that has consistently produced high-end NFL talent for a decade running. As far as Dynasty rookie drafts go, in my mind, Smith-Njigba should be the 2nd or 3rd pick in one quarterback leagues and no worse than a top 5 pick in Superflex leagues. Depending on landing spot, hype, and personal preference, some drafters are sure to prefer Johnston or Addison to Smith-Njigba. I'm personally banking on the Buckeye to be the prize of this year's receiver class. He's currently being mocked as a late first-round pick in the NFL draft, but I think if he's capable to show he's healthy at the Combine or at his pro day, Smith-Njigba will go higher than that. Couple the high draft capital with the excellent profile and background, Smith-Njigba has a long NFL career ahead of him with strong production to be expected. We'll, of course, revisit Smith-Njigba once we know his landing spot, but I feel confident that he's going to be very good for a very long time. That's a very short and quick look at Jaxon Smith-Njigba ahead of the NFL draft for Dynasty purposes. What do you guys think? Put any thoughts in the comment section you have below, and we can have a conversation about this. I also host live streams on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern during the off-season. Come hang out, come get any questions answered you may have, or feel free to bring up any other fantasy football topics, Dynasty or otherwise, that you wish to discuss. Till then, this is Nick with Facemask Fantasy. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.